All right, so cumulative frequency I didn't talk about. I should talk about that. So who's ever heard of cumulative GPA or cumulative final? What does that mean? Everything all together. Everything from the beginning up to this point. Not stuff in the future, but everything from the beginning up to this point. Cumulative frequency means all the frequencies up to that point, from the beginning up to there. So for example, say we have, let's pick one, you're at, all right, let's pick this one. So we had, I don't know, 62267, or 11. So we had 11. How many, looking at cumulative frequency, how many were in this class or an earlier class? There's no earlier class, so there's only 11 there. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying? How about this one? How many are in this class or a previous class? 13. 2 plus 11. How about this class? How many are in this class or above? So I take my 2, I had 13 before, add another 2, 15. How about this class? 17. 2 plus what came before, 17. Here, add those, 23, there, 30. Does that make sense? So that's cumulative frequency.
Why would that be useful?
Because a lot of times, very often in life, we want to know how many were this much or less, or this much or more. So if we know the cumulative frequency, and then we can take the total, we can find either one of those by subtraction. Yeah. So those very, very often people want to know how much is this much or less. That comes up all the time. Yeah. Good question. I'm glad you guys are thinking. And there's other thing that we talked about, which is kind of odd. It's cumulative relative frequency. So cumulative relative frequency is when you do this. Only, you guys, 5 seconds. Instead of doing cumulative on your frequency, your relative frequency is those decimals. Cumulative relative frequency would be cumulative frequency on those decimals, on the relative frequencies. So you'd have things that look like, this isn't accurate, but it'd be something like, 0.33, and then 0.40, and then 0.47, and then 0.54, and then 778, and then like that, something like that. You guys see what I'm saying? You kind of would add. So if my relative frequency was 0.33, 0.07, 0.07, 0.07, 0.24. This isn't accurate, but 0.22. Okay, those should be totally opposite, but whatever. It's when you add this frequency plus all the ones that came before, the relative frequencies. Okay? We'll go over that more next class. All right, have a good weekend. See you later.